So this is the latest update on my 2019 Verne Manila rootstocks. So how was February? February was pretty wet. So we had several storms. At least two of the storms lasted had heavy rain for like 2-3 days straight. But between it was pretty sunny, just not warm. So there might have been 2 days where it actually hit 70 degrees for the daytime temp, but most of the time was like in the mid 60s. The nighttime temp has been like mostly in the high 40s or the low 50s. So, I mean, overall, it's been I would consider this a warm winter. We haven't had anything very cold yet, so we still have 30 more days till spring, so we'll see what's gonna happen. Maybe after I post this videos, then it gets really chilly. But so far, I would kind of consider that it's been a pretty warm winter so far, and I think we have about maybe another 30 days before we get into spring. So here's an update. Here's Dolores, still kind of looking yellow. Here's the little gem. And this is what I've done. I've been bagging it. It kind of just helps the fruit stay pretty clean. So that's the bag I'm bagging with. I do want to try to pick this one, see what happens with the bend test, see if it comes off. There you go. So that's the bend test. So like a little spider on here. Hopefully I'm trying to get it off. So far the sap looks kind of milky, but I think with this variety it might have milky sap even though it's ripe. I don't really know, but there's been a nice kind of color change on this. So this is little gem. I'm gonna put this on my counter, and if it ripens properly, then we're gonna have a taste review of this. Kind of nice strong terpene smell to it, and nice red coloring. Like these little gems, they seem to color up really pretty. So it's little gem. So there's still 4 more fruits on here. I mean 3 more fruits on here. That was 4 fruits, so picked one. So this was a bit of a late bloom, and hopefully I'll be eating some mangoes in March. So this is little gem. Let me show you the branching. There's about 3 branches here. It's been kind of late to flush anything, so that's no problem to me. And this is sunrise right here. Summer blooms not really looking that great, so we'll see. Sunrise. This right here is Super Julie. This is probably the second bloom on it. Most of the initial bloom kind of died off very early, so this is Super Julie. And right here is a sweet tart. Lots of blooms on the sweet tart. They look a little bit dirty, so we'll see how it goes. I do want to note that I did spray copper on these trees twice, and it was once after each of the heavy rain that we had. So when it rained for that 2-3 days straight, then afterwards I sprayed it with copper. So I did that twice this month. Okay. This is my seedling selection, California Romit. Blooms beginning to look a bit dirty, but they're still looking pretty good. This one, this bad one didn't look good. Here's another graft of lemon zest. So on to the next tree. This right here is peach cobbler. Kind of see all the failed first bloom, and it's beginning to send out some more second pushes on there. This is ice cream. The first bloom was bad, and you can see it kind of beginning to push the second bloom. This is Harvest Moon right here. And this is an Alfonso. There's a Prom Chimera right here. This is Valkyrie. And this is Honey Kiss. Here's the Cat Saigon, Golden Queen, Jinhua. Blooms are pretty much done for. It looks like it's pushing another one right there, but pretty much done for. This is Ambrosia, grafted like right here, kind of goes straight up. I did end up picking the last of the fruit here in February, and it was right after the storms that we had, the heavy storms, and the fruit did split, so the fruit split after that. It was had a little bit uneven ripening on it because of the fruit splitting, so parts of it was soft, parts of it was still crunchy, but it was just an experiment to see how long it lasts. So the fruit did kind of hang even after it split, so I had to literally pick it off. So it was kind of just an interesting observation about this Ambrosia mango. And you can see new blooms coming out. Here's Malika, pretty much blooms look bad. Here's Juliet, looking pretty clean. Some more peach cobbler right here. Pineapple pleasure right here. Some good blooms, some bad blooms. We'll see. We're supposed to have another storm this weekend. This one's diamond. Everything is, all the blooms is pretty much done for. So this one's Sindri, an Egyptian variety, and it is still dormant, which is pretty cool. I don't mind it being late to push out any kind of vegetation or blooms, because then it kind of skips all winters. Right here is Shawinta, sometimes called raw honey, and right here is Hindi Basanava, which is beginning to push some blooms. And right here is Mahachinook. On to the next tree. This is orange sherbet right here. This one's Saint Talone guava. It's pretty interesting that it's sending out mostly a vegetative, but some mixed blooms in there. But interesting to see that it's mostly just vegetative. This right here is Giselle. Another Super Julie here. Sassy Love right here. This one's clean. The blooms look a little clean, but Sassy Love seems to have been a pretty fungal prone variety so far. Here's Malika, another Malika. Kind of these short, unhealthy blooms. Don't think it's gonna make it. This is a sweet tart. Sweet tart right here. It's getting kind of nice and bushy canopy. This is N12. And this is my Nam Dak Mai Mun. supposed to be a more favorable variety for eating green. All the blooms are pretty much done for. Some of it already kind of came off the panicles. This is Duncan. And this is an Angie. This is the Angie that gave me one fruit last year. Last year it didn't really send out any vegetative growth. It just sent out a flower stalk. And I was really surprised because it held on to the fruit on the first bloom. So you can see the graph right there. So hopefully get some vegetative growth from this. This is Prom Chimera, and this is Orange Essence. Okay. Because of the storms we had, lots of grass here has kind of gotten pretty high. Need to probably weed them when I get a chance this weekend or next weekend. So lots of these yellow flowers you've seen is wild mustards. I kind of just let it kind of just get. There's lots of weeds in my yard, but I kind of just let this one be and set. The leaves are edible if you're wanting to eat it, but I use it kind of to feed a lot of my chickens and so forth. So it's much easier to weed than the other weeds. So that's what you see here, these yellow flowers. This is another little gem. This is EY's Super Julie here. So Super Julie, when it fully blooms, it has a really nice deep pink flower. Right here is Carla, and right here is Tom Pecan. So I am not going to be breaking off any of these stems. I'm going to just let it be. Whatever it does, it does. Okay, next up, this is St. Maui, which is really beginning to wake up. So there's a lot of these mixed blooms that's coming out of it on several different branches. On this one too, on the edges here. So St. Maui is finally waking up, kind of a little bit behind others, but it's not a bad thing. I don't think you want all these vegetation and leaf to kind of come out during the middle of winter. It'd be better to kind of see it coming out towards the end of winter. This is Iman Pasan. The blooms, I think the blooms are gonna make it. This is my seedling selection, California Vermeer. This is Sassy Love. So a big difference from what you've seen in the last video to now. I found Sassy Love to be pretty fungal prone. So this is how it looks like right now. And this is considering I did spray copper twice on this after the heavy, twice due to 2 heavy storms that we had that lasted for like 2-3 days. So Sassy Love. Okay, here's some more of my seedling selection, California Vermeer. Lots of fruitlets are kind of damaged and they probably drop off, but there's some nice ones that seems to be holding. I didn't really get a chance to bag it. I should have bagged it earlier to kind of test it out. I put a bag now, but I really didn't get a chance to. Just kind of, it's been a busy month, just a lot of things going on. So that's my California Vermeer. Lots of the fruitlet do look damaged. I'm not sure if they're gonna last, but we'll see. And right here's Decree Saigon. all these are kind of done for in terms of bloom. Then we got a second bloom that's kind of pushing out. This is Bombay, which kind of half pushed the bloom. I mean, let's see, it's still lots of dormant stems, but this is Bombay. This is another Golden Queen. Again, I'm not gonna remove any of the stems yet. I'll just let it fall off naturally. Like my idea is to see what holds and what not. I mean, if it fruits, the fruits hold, that'd be great. If not, that's okay too. I mean, I don't mind the vegetative growth, so I'm not gonna really try to push that hard to try to get any kind of fruit set. But if it does happen, I look forward to it. So this is Fruit Cocktail. Again, blooms are done for. This is Zebda. Kind of done for too. And this is right here, Hindi Besanara. If I did mention Hindi Besanara in the last other tree, I think I'm mistaken that for Safida Lucknow. The Hindi Besanara is this one. Okay, up next, this tree is three varieties. This is Cac. Here's the blooms. All look pretty dirty. See, I'm not sure it's gonna hold. Cac's supposed to be a very, at least, fungal resistant, so they're supposed to still set fruits. But we'll see what happens. These blooms all look pretty bad right now. So up next is Super Julie. So this is Super Julie. Like, yeah, when it's in full bloom, it has a very kind of this deep pink blossoms. This is also Super Julie. So this is Super Julie right here. This is Cotton Candy. Cotton Candy right here. They are to the last of the rootstocks. And this tree has been quite a bit lopsided in terms of growth. So you kind of see me have a table here, kind of keeping it upright. But yeah, this has been just a very lopsided tree in terms of growth due to lots of failed grafts and so forth on it. But let's take a look at this one. First one, this is Florigon. Lots of them beginning to send out a second kind of bloom. So this first bloom is kind of pretty much done for. So it's sending out a second bloom. See how it holds up. This is a Juliet. Seems to have that same nice kind of characteristic of like a pinkish bloom. Right here is lemon zest. It's supposed to be very fungal prone. I mean, you can see the fungus and kind of some browning and dead stuff here, but it hasn't been as bad as I thought it would be. But it might be more prone to powdery mildew then, because this whole month of February hasn't been what I call powdery mildew season, since we never kind of broke 70. So that kind of at least kept most of the powdery mildew away. So maybe this lemon zest might end up setting some fruits. We'll see. Just because it's supposed to be fungal prone, but more probably prone to powdery mildew than anything. I'm surprised the blooms kind of look this nice. So this lemon zest. Okay, up next, this is Graham. All the blooms are pretty much kind of dirty and not really sure they're gonna hold. Some of it's already sending out, trying to send out a second bloom. You guys kind of see right there. It's gonna push. So this is Graham. Okay. So that is my update for the 2019 rootstocks.